Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everyone is enjoying their day or their evening, I should say. This is another installment of the Southern Baller Show. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and all the Baltimore Ravens family. Anybody who loves football in general, salute. Living big with Big Reg already in the chat. Appreciate you, my brother. He said, "What's good, everybody? What's good, man? Hope you're having a blessed day." And of course, I got my co-host. I got to introduce him. Wouldn't be no show without Coach. Coach 67 Sports TV. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot, bro. Blessed and highly favored this Sunday evening. How y'all gentlemen doing?
I'm blessed, man. I cannot complain.
Bless.
JB, how about yourself, man? I know you said you blessed, but can I ask you?
I'm keeping it moving, man. I'm blessed.
Amen, amen. I hear you. I know y'all been keeping tabs on this playoff action that's been going on. Good football games, man.
Yeah, man. My Ravens did their thing, man.
We're gonna talk about it. We definitely gonna talk about it. We definitely gonna talk about it. Also want to mention Living Big with Big Reg. He has a channel. He's a Baltimore Ravens fan, but he can as far as topics, he can expand more than that. So please subscribe to this brother's channel and support. Guess who came in? My brother. Damn right, Lamarvin MVP. My brother Big Joe Townsend. What's going on, brother?
Salute to the family. Happy Sunday, man. How's everybody doing on this beautiful day?
Blessed and highly favored. How you doing, Big Joe?
I'm just marinating, making it do what it do, enjoying these games. You feel me?
Same
What's
here.
up,
Same
Big
here.
Joe Town? What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, fam? What's cracking? What's happening? How y'all doing, man?
Making it, man.
Yes, sir.
Same here. Same here. Same here. Okay. So I know these games are in order, but I'm gonna say the best for last, of course. We gonna as far as football, we're gonna talk about the Baltimore Ravens game last, and we're gonna cook on that. But as you can see my graphic, the 49ers and the Packers played yesterday. The 49ers beat the Packers 21-24. It was a damn good game. Getting my stuff. So Jordan Love threw for 194 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Aaron Jones had 108 yards on the ground, 6 yards per carry, or 6 yards average, 18 carries. Romeo Dobbs was his big time receiver. Bo Melton and had a touchdown, but Jaden Reed had 4 receptions, but he was able to move the chains a few times. But Jordan Love spread the ball out decently. On the defensive side of the ball, they only sacked the quarterback once. Kenny Clark and Preston Smith combined for a sack. But other than that, the 49ers did a damn good job protecting Brock Purdy. And on the 49ers side, Brock Purdy threw for 252 yards, 1 touchdown. Christian McCaffrey showed his ass. 17 carries, 98 yards on the ground, 5.8 yards average, and 2 touchdowns. And George Kittle was his safety valve for 81 yards and a touchdown. Jaquan Jennings and Brandon Ayuk also did their thing when the ball came their way. and of course Christian McCaffrey did his thing in the passing game with 7 catches for 30 yards. Debo Samuel got hurt, so he didn't finish the rest of the game. On the defense side of the ball, Dre Greenlaw was all over the field with a total of 8 tackles, 6 solo, 2 assists, and 2 interceptions. So he picked off Jordan Love twice, and nobody got a sack. So even though the Green Bay Packers offensive line did a great job protecting Jordan Love, Jordan Love basically did a mistake by giving Dre Greenlaw the ball twice. So starting with you, Big Joe, what did you think about the game?
Oh man, it was a great game. It was definitely a playoff game because when you have these playoff games, every ball possession matters. Every time you have the ball, you got to do something with it. You got to do something, baby. You know what I mean? So, and the Green Bay Packers, they came to play from the opening possession. They drove down the field, and they were doing that almost every game. But when you play a team like the 49ers, who have a lot of talented players, from the Kittles to the McCaffreys to the Debos who got hurt to the Ayuks, when you have playing a team like that, who's well coached and resilient, you have to score every time you get down there. You can't come away with threes. You got to come
Yes,
away
sir.
with some sevens.
Yes, sir.
And the Packers had every opportunity to win that game, but they failed to
They
convert
did.
on the red zone. And also, my man Savage, he dropped that pick six. You know what I mean? The DBs are nothing more than wide receivers that can't catch. So he dropped the pick. And then also Savage, he got beat deep one play, Niners score touchdown, and also Savage got juked in the hole by Christian McCaffrey. He scored a touchdown. So these playoff games, it's all about, who can make adjustments and who can rise to the occasion. And the 49ers definitely rise to the occasion, and Jordan Love started to break down in the second half. He didn't look like the same person in the first half. He was making ill-advised throws, or as they say, the ball got away from him, when you talk about the white quarterbacks. So the ball got away from him, and he was making bad decisions. That interception
Right.
he threw at the end, he didn't need to throw that ball, but he pressed it, and he wanted to act like Brett Favre and just be a gunslinger, throw it, see what happened. So they had every opportunity to win, but they made mistakes. So shout out to the 49ers. And for the Green Bay Packers, put your hands in together. 1, 2, 3, Toronto. So see y'all next year.
Yes, indeed. Um, good point of view, Big Joe. Shout out to Jay Barr. He said salute the panel and chat. Salute my brother. Uh, I want to highlight something that Living Big, what Big Red said. He said 49ers didn't win, C-Mac did. Yeah, you're right. Because Brock Purdy wasn't he was serviceable, but he wasn't immaculate last night. But JB, what was your thoughts on the game?
I agree with Town, man. Packers and honestly should have won this game. Um, this is the difference between playoff football and regular season football. In regular season, when you get in the red zone, you know what I'm saying? It's no. Um, I mean, every game matters, but you just kick a field goal and try again next series. But in these games, when you get in the red zone, you gotta score. Those 3 points is not gonna guarantee you a win all the time. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and I remember what drive was it, but Green Bay probably needed to score on that drive. End up kicking a field goal, missed the field goal. 49ers went right back down the field and scored and got the lead back. And the 49ers is a team that if you give them the opportunity, they will finish you. So it was a good game. The Green Bay shouldn't have anything to hang their head low about. They're a young football team. They will be good next year. They're gonna be scary next year. Because this is like I said, it's a young team. At the beginning of the season, everybody was having questions about Jordan Love. Is Jordan Love that guy? Yada yada. No, Jordan Love is that guy. You know what I'm saying? So, so congrats to Green Bay for having an overachieving season.
All right. I like it. I like it. Okay, Coach 67 Sports TV. Definitely want to hear your feedback on the game.
Well, I'm gonna echo a lot of the same sentiments that the two previous gentlemen did. I mean, first and foremost, it was an excellent game. You know, kind of to reiterate what JB was saying, basically, you know, in playoff football, like every possession matters. You know, Big Joe said the same thing too. You know, you got to make possessions count. And you know, if you're playing a mediocre or subpar team during the regular season, during the course of the regular season, you can get in the red zone and you can kick field goals and you may prevail. However, every team in the playoffs, you know, they, all intents and purposes, they earn their way into the position that they're in. And as a result, you have to make possessions count. You have to make possessions matter. And, it's crazy how, the 49ers struggled at certain points, but and in the clutch, they came through in the end. And the crazy thing about it, I've never been one of these people to subscribe to this notion because, from a coaching standpoint, I've coached games where my team should have won, but they lost. And I've coached games where my team should have lost and they won. And I've seen teams get upset, this, that, and the third. But of course, a couple people was like, "Oh man, coach, that game was rigged. The book is won in Vegas and blah 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 blah." I mean, you could always point to those type of conspiracy theories in the NFL and the NBA, especially during playoff time. But you got to realize, at this point in the season, basically you're looking at the cream of the crop. So the expectation is that you should have close games and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, like, people saying that, hey, it's rigged and Vegas determine the outcome of these games, I don't subscribe to that ideology and that mindset. But overall, I feel like the 49ers survived more than they won. But nevertheless, they still moving forward,
Yes, sir. That's all that matters. Jordan, look, those two interceptions, two rush throws, in my opinion, were very costly. And you give it to a not good but great running back like Christian McCaffrey, he will finish you off. And that second touchdown that he ran was the dagger. So I definitely agree, Coach. The 49ers basically survived. All right. I love it, fellas. I love it. Okay. Let's go to the next game.
Let me say something real quick. I'm sorry, brother,
ahead.
regarding the Niner game. I got a grievance with some players. I have a grievance with Nick Bosa, Chase Young, Eric Armstead, and Randy Gregory. Y'all make too much money, and y'all too damn talented to have 0 sacks in a playoff game. Chase Young, you was brought over there, to be alongside your boy Bosa. Y'all played college together, and Bosa talking about, he supposed to be the next T.J. Watt or whatever. Again, y'all making too much money, and y'all too much generational talent to not have no sacks. I mean, Eric Armstead came back from injury. He at least got an excuse, but y'all ain't got no sacks. Y'all supposed to be this tremendous defense, and y'all let a first-time playoff quarterback come in there, and y'all couldn't even bring him down. You know what I mean? Hurries don't get you paid. Sacks get you paid. So Chase Young is to me, he turned into another Jadavius Clowney. What I mean, he might get there, get you some hurries, but he ain't gonna bring nobody down. So I'm gonna need that D line next week to bring down Jared Goff. That's what I expect to see.
Mm.
Well, so you saying a lot of Ohio State quarterbacks, they show their ass during the regular season, but during primetime moments, they ain't nowhere to be found. I mean, Ohio State quarterbacks. I mean, defensive ends,
I
D-line.
mean, if you making all that money, I need you to start earning your keep around here.
Because you making
And
sense.
and I'm
Look,
sorry, Jared. I'm
go ahead.
sorry. Please let me add this in there, Town.
Go ahead.
They couldn't stop the run neither. Aaron Jones
So
Aaron Jones was running all over 'em. We talking about Christian McCaffrey
Aaron Jones had a $108.
running and catching.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Jones had more rushing yards than Christian.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, he did. So all three. So two Ohio State, some of the best defensive linemen that played suited up for Ohio State, both drafted high, and none of them could get back there yesterday. So was it that? So that Green Bay offensive line was good, but they wasn't that good. They haven't been all that good this year, but they've been decent. They've been decent. So I guess they just showed up to play. Moving on to the next game, Tampa Bay Bucks versus Detroit. Detroit turned up the heat and kept the momentum and outlasted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-23. Going over that game, Detroit Lions. So I'll give credit what credit is due, fellas. I'm not the biggest Baker Mayfield fan at all. Y'all just hear me out before y'all jump on me. But he balled out this year. I'll have to give it to him. But that last interception he threw was in my opinion, like he threw it right to number 55, the Detroit Lions. So I was like, well, there you go. I say all that to say this. Just going over stats. Baker Mayfield had a good game. Even though he had two costly interceptions, he did throw over 300 yards, 349 yards. The rushing game was decent. They were next to the Texans. They all year they had one of the worst rushing attacks, but Rashad White was able to eke out 55 yards, 6 yards to carry on 9 carries. Mike Evans was a beast. 8 catches, 147 yards, 1 touchdown. Cade Cotton, Baker's safety valve, all season, 65 yards in the touchdown. And even Rashad White had a touchdown for 36 yards, 4 catches. The defense, Pro Bowl linebacker Levante David, or Pro Bowler, I should say. I'm not sure if he made it this year, but he's an All-Pro. Had 9 tackles, 4 assists, 1 sack, and Collegiate Cansey, defensive lineman, 1 sack. So they was able to bring down Jared Goff twice. Now, moving on to the Lions, Jared Goff had 287 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs started coming on the second half, started outrunning that defense. only 9 carries, 74 yards, 8 yards of carrying a touchdown. David Montgomery did decent, 33 yards on the ground. And the wide receiving core, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 receiving, 8 receptions, 77 yards, a touchdown. Sam Laporta, 65 yards. He was able to catch the ball when called upon. And as you look at these stats, gentlemen, a lot of the Lions, which will worry me, when they play their next opponent. A lot of decent defensive backs had to come up and make the tackle. Brian Branch had 8 tackles for 1 sack. Afeti Melifonwi, which is a defensive back, 6 tackles in sack and a half. And then Alex Alazone, and I can't pronounce his name, Anzalone.
No, Alex Anzalone.
Thank you.
Yeah, he used to play for the Saints. Of course, you now know.
Yeah, that's right. 5 tackles, he did decent. And Aiden Hutchinson had four tackles, one sack. And Derek Barnes, who basically sealed the game-winning interception, had 3 tackles and 1 interception. So, good game. Good game. Baker basically gave them the game at the end, but Big Joe, what was your thoughts?
Oh man, it was definitely a great game. Again, it's a playoff game, so they're supposed to be real tight and they're supposed to be competitive. Again, these are the best of the best. Everybody who's playing is supposed to be here. Even if it's the 9-8, 9-7 team, they're supposed to be there. The Buccaneers are another overachieving team like the Packers. Shout out to Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is a phenomenal coach. His team is going to be ready to play. Baker Mayfield had a good game. But Baker Mayfield gonna do what he gonna do. He gonna turn the ball over. What they say, he got that gunslinger mentality. So he gonna sling that ball and he gonna make mistakes. And he's made a lot of mistakes, which is why he's on his 4th team. So, but it was definitely a great game. The Lions are definitely another well-sound, well-coached, very technically, good team. Campbell has this team ready to play, and the city is energizing the football team. They're energized, and they believe that they can play in the Super Bowl. A lot of times, if you just have belief, you can make it a long way. The Lions, they revamped their whole culture, and that's transitioned all the way from the kitchen staff all the way down to the water boys and girls. So everybody is balling. They feel like they're supposed to be there. So shout out to the Lions. It's gonna be interesting to see how they play against the Niners. I think the Lions have a better chance at beating the Niners than the Bucks do. So the Lions and Niners should be a very good game. It's gonna be in the Bay Area. I might even be at the game. I know Blue Blood gonna be down here, so me and Blue Blood might be at the game.
All right.
But hey, shout out to the Niners and Buccaneers. Everybody put your hands in together. 1, 2, 3, Dominican Republic. See y'all in off season.
All right. Oops. All right. JB, what are your thoughts on the game?
Good game. I mean, it's just the Baker Mayfield that I'm used to showed up. Mike Evans had a game that I expected because he's probably one of the best. He is one of the best receivers in the league when healthy. The Detroit Lions are a better overall team, and it showed later in that game. Shout out to Coach Campbell. He got them boys playing. Jared Goff is playing some good football. Uh, what's the boy from their running back? The boy from Alabama. Um,
Gibbs.
Gibbs. Jabari Gibbs, I think his name. He's playing good football. Amara is playing good football. Um, the Detroit is one of them teams, man. Once they get in rhythm, they're dangerous to anybody, especially in the NFC. Um, but we'll see. So it looks like it's them and the 49ers. So we'll see. That's gonna be a good game.
Okay, all right, all right. And finally, coach.
Well, of course, this the game that I watched when I got home from church. Uh, it was a real good game. I didn't think it was gonna be as tight as it was because it seemed like at a certain point in the game, it seemed as if Detroit was gonna pull away with it. However, the Bucks just didn't go away. Every time it seemed like the Lions would turn the corner and pull away, like the Bucks just kept fighting. And a lot like Joe Town, Simi was always big on whatever team had, outside of the Saints, whatever team had a black quarterback or a black head coach, we would root for that team. And I'm not even gonna lie, I I want Todd Bowles to be successful, but the fact that the Tampa Bay Bucks are in the NFC South and I can't stand them, I just didn't have it in me to root for them. So I wanted the Lions to win. Even though they in the NFC South, my mom wanted the Bucks to win. I said, baby, ordinarily I would go in that direction, but I can't do it. My heart just won't allow me to root for the Bucks. Like I said, I want Todd Bowles to be successful, but they're division rivals, so I can't pull for them. And it was a tight game, and like I said, it seemed like every time Detroit would just pull away from them, the Bucks would keep fighting. And I'm not gonna lie, I gotta agree with what y'all was saying about, especially my brother Jared, what he was saying about Baker Mayfield. I'm not gonna lie, he didn't really live up to the expectations when he was in Cleveland. However, this year, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say he lived up to what he was supposed to be when he was coming out of college, but one of my friends sent me some footage of him in training camp. I'm thinking to myself, bro, for the Saints, it's going to be a slam dunk in this division. And the fact that he ended up playing so much better than the footage that was in mini camp or training camp or whatever it was. I know it was a windy day, but for him to be throwing the wounded ducks he was throwing that day in practice, thinking to myself, man, I hope he played like this during the course of the season. And of course, he didn't. He came and he just was balling out. And I mean, the first time they played against the Saints, I'm like, man, who is this guy? This guy's Houdini or what? He got out so many traps and sacks and but like y'all was saying, I guess basically at a certain point in this game, the clock struck midnight and Cinderella just went back to what she was, So he turned back into what he's been his entire NFL career. And I was proud for that and glad the Lions pulled it out. I think it's going to be an excellent NFC Championship game between the Lions and the 49ers.
All right. Okay. Uh, well said. I know it's too early, but I'm gonna go ahead and say who y'all got. Lions to 49ers. Start with Big Joe.
Yeah, I got a quick question, brother.
Go ahead.
Well, a quick question and a little. So Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was the number one overall pick in 2018.
Correct.
Number one overall. So now what? He was drafted in 2018. Now we're in 2022. 23 season, 24 season, and he's just now starting to play like something. So far he's played all these seasons. He only had one good year so far.
Pretty much.
So
Pretty much.
yeah. So he still got a long way to go for me. He had 10 interceptions this year, 28 touchdowns. That's good. You number one overall pick. You're supposed to be doing that.
Agree,
That's what
especially with all the weapons they got around him in Tampa Bay.
No,
That's what you get paid for.
I mean, but look at the weapons he had when he was in Cleveland. I mean, at one point he had Jarvis Landry and OBJ on the same team.
Yeah, and Nick Chubb. And Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about it is he played for the Cleveland Browns and he never lived up to the expectations. Mm-hmm. And he came to Carolina and I'm thinking to myself, man, this dude is super trash. Then he went to the Rams and he just pretty much was a backup. And so when they got him to Tampa Bay, I'm thinking to myself, bro, this boy is, I don't know why, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate to say like all these trolls saying these LDBC chat, a race beater, but I don't give a F. It is what it is. I'm gonna be truthful. I think if he'd have been a black quarterback, he would have never got another shot to be a starting quarterback again. I mean, just think about it. He was in Cleveland, then he played for the Carolina Panthers and didn't do nothing.
And coach, hold on. How can we forget Njoku? Thank you, Living Big with Big Red, and shout out to Brandon Bazell. But go ahead, coach.
Yeah, and I mean he really stunk up the joint when he was in Carolina. He was so bad they ended up getting rid of him, and he ended up going to the Rams and be a backup. So when the Bucks got him after Brady retired, I thought to myself, man, this is a trash move, and it ended up working out for him. But I mean, it just go to show you how trash the quarterback play was in the NFC South. I give Bryce Young a pass because he was a rookie. And I know a lot of people point at C.J. Stroud, but I don't think he had the infrastructure and everything around him to insulate him. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Stroud had just a perfect scenario and situation. He balled out this year, and I can't take nothing away from him. But I don't think Bryce Young had everything going in his favor that C.J. Stroud did. And, of course, even the few moments he did play well, I mean, his offensive line was trash at a lot of the season 2 for the Carolina Panthers. So, like Big Joe was saying, it's like, bro, you've been doing this so long. It's like, all right, you finally turn a corner. But let's see, can you have a repeat performance again next year?
I mean, like he was in the 2018 draft. He was picked above Saquon Barkley. He was picked above Josh Allen. Hell, he was even picked above Lamar Jackson. So your number one overall pick, everybody's touted you as a franchise player. With number one overall pick is a franchise player. He won the Heisman Trophy. So I need to see some Heisman Trophy shit. And I have not seen that. So he had one good year, which he's supposed to do. So let's see if he's gonna do it again next year. And then also I was wondering, they talked about it during the game, but how come his brother's name, Devin White, how come he's not starting no more?
He hurt.
He's hurt?
No, you talking about Devin White? Who? Devin White for
the Buccaneers,
linebacker.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought you meant Tre'Davious White for. I'm sorry. I think he's not playing good football. To be honest with you, I gotta do research because last time I seen him, he was getting pushed back 10 yards.
Well, I mean, I don't know that they mentioned him during the course of the game, but the running back White y'all talking, but he played to dig him.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm talking about Devin White, the linebacker went to LSU.
Yeah. But I heard
actually he played today, but
that's what I'm saying.
Made one tackle.
Yeah,
and he requested a trade as well because of contract negotiation.
No,
he's not happy with the team.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's that more than anything, because I'm gonna be truthful. I mean, I've seen
Brent
him
Fox,
a lot when they play.
Brent Fox in the back.
What's up, Brent Fox? I got you. Got him, man.
What's up, brother?
Salute. What's going on, brother?
Not a whole lot. But
Man,
like I said, I've seen him play a lot when they play against the Saints. He a dog. I mean, he went to LSU. I was hoping he could have came to the Saints at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, because I heard the announcer say that KJ Brett pretty much took the job from him, and he had 12 tackles today, so I just didn't know what happened, so I was just curious.
no, you good. You definitely good. Brent, we were just talking about the first we talked about the 49ers and the Green Bay. What do we think? Matter of fact, since you're on, what did you think about that game?
Oh man, that game was really a back and forth type game, man, all the way literally up until the end. It's everything that you would want in a playoff game. Um, but I think the better team actually prevailed. I think the running of Christian McCaffrey was the most impressive to me. Um, Anytime that you're able just to kind of calculate where holes are gonna be, and you're gonna hit the hole where it's gonna be, as opposed to letting the hole develop and then hitting it. I mean, that puts you on a whole nother level. You gotta have a whole another level of confidence to be able to know that that hole is actually going to open up, and that you can actually hit it, if that makes sense. I know that some of the guys that are kind of deeper involved in the game, that makes complete sense or perfect sense, but just for like layman's terms, just imagine that you're getting ready to do something, and before it actually happens, you're able just to go ahead and just execute it. Like you're able to maybe just make the perfect kind of cake or whatever before you even try to get like the ingredients together and stir it up. I mean, it's that type of level or situation to where you can just calculate where things are going to be before they're actually there. That's
All
all I
right.
had, man.
No, you good. That's good. I'm trying to go back and forth, trying to press these. So there's a lot of people on the panel, so I have to scroll up and down. So my bad if there's just a slight delay, y'all. But good stuff, Brent. Good stuff, man. And then lastly, what
Oh,
did you think? Say what now?
sorry, brother.
No, you good. You good. Brent, what did you think about the Lions and the Tampa Bay? And salute Brandon Bazell. Appreciate you, brother.
Lions in Tampa Bay was almost the same. I got on here when y'all was talking about Baker Mayfield, so just to kind of add a little caveat to that. For me, and I agree with Coach. Like, if he wasn't like the complexion for the protection, and he had the quote unquote image that these marketing people actually look for in a quarterback, yeah, he wouldn't be getting like these fourth and fifth chances to be playing in the NFL. Um, and that being said, I still think that he is a very serviceable quarterback, borderline good. His stats have shown that he's actually good, which I have no argument with. But when it came down to it, Detroit actually closed out like they were supposed to. I am I'm actually very proud of the Detroit Lions, man. They've had a rough stretch, and for them to kind of show
Yes, they
resilience
did.
as a team, to be able to kind of overcome things that happen in games, and still be victorious, man. That says a lot, man. So even if they run in San Francisco, it was still a remarkable run for me.
Oh, okay, okay. Good feedback, good feedback. And those who
I
don't
do want
know,
to talk about y'all game though too.
oh, we're gonna talk. That's next.
Okay, I got
Um,
you. I got you. I want to jump ahead in. My fault.
no, you good, you good. What I will say is, and thank you, Brandon Bazell. He said, Mahomes just whipped the ball to Rice. Okay. So, those who don't know, the Bills and the Chiefs are still playing. So after um that game decided you're gonna be down to 14 left. Um, so Baltimore will play the winner of the Chiefs and the Bills, and uh, the 49ers are playing
The Lions.
The Lions, Detroit Lions. I'm sorry, guys, going back and forth. So we just the AFC side is just waiting on the Bills and the Chiefs. So with me saying that, we move on to our main topic. The Baltimore Ravens beat the Houston Texans 34-10. It was a very close game, especially in the first half. But the second half, those who don't know, Lamar Jackson cussed out his fellow Baltimore Ravens, especially the offensive side of the ball, the O line. Because y'all remember that final drive before going into halftime, Lamar was sacked on back-to-back plays, and Lamar wanted to do a hurry-up offense and get the team down the field so we at least get a field goal so we can have the lead going into half. Well, that Houston D line was amazing all year. They were number one in the league for allowing rushing attempts or rushing yards. They wasn't the number one defense, but they were top 10, I believe. But Lamar cursed that offensive line out, and as we all saw in the second half, we saw a different Baltimore Ravens on the offensive side of the ball. Defense played lights out. But going over the stats, and I'm doing the stats so those who didn't watch the game because they was at work or whatever it may have you. CJ Stroud has had a decent game, not amazing. 175 yards. He was not sacked, but the Baltimore did a great job confusing him. Defensive line was a defensive lineman or a linebacker, or even the DB was all in his face. He was on the ground multiple times. So even though we didn't get a sack, we did bother CJ Stroud. But I do want to shout out to the Houston Texans offensive coordinator. They knew Baltimore Ravens was coming with that pressure, so they got the ball out of CJ Stroud's hands quick. And that's another reason why we didn't get a sack. And I ain't gonna lie, I was impressed with the poise of the young quarterback. He was playing like he's been in the league for years. So this CJ Stroud definitely gonna be a stud in the league. If he's not, I will definitely be surprised because he got the goods. Devin Singletary, as far as the rushing side of the game for the Houston Texans, Devin Singletary only had 22 yards. Baltimore Ravens shut their running game down. Nico Collins wasn't able to catch very, very long passes, but the secondary for Baltimore Ravens eventually settled in the second half, especially. But Nico Collins had 68 yards of 5 catches, no touchdowns. Devin Singletary had 48 yards receiving, 5 catches, and Dalton Schultz, who was CJ Stroud's favorite targets, 5 catches and 43 yards. On the defense side of the ball, Christian Harris had 6 tackles, no sacks. Steven Nelson got hurt, but he had 6 tackles. Desmond King had a beautiful sack coming out the slot position. And Blake Cashman had a sack, 4 tackles, and so did Kurt Hinish, one of the defensive tackles. Now going to the Ravens, Lamar Jackson Had 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not amazing, but it was serviceable. He didn't rush the ball down the field. He just took what was there. Lamar Jackson went crazy on the ground. 11 carries, 100 yards, 9 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. And Justice Hill and Gus Edwards 8. Justice Hill 66 yards on the ground, 5 yards a carry. Gus Edwards 40 yards on the ground, 4 yards to carry. And Dalvin Cook going toward the last few minutes of the game had 8 carries, only 23 yards. But he had one long run that showed that he still got it. So I'm excited to see how Dalvin Cook is going to continue to fit in our offense. Zay Flowers 41 yards, 4 catches. Rashad Bateman 3 catches, 39 yards. Isaiah Likely with the Randy Moss catch, 34 yards, 1 touchdown, and Nelson Aguilar had a short touchdown near the goal line, so he only had 2 catches, 12 yards, and a touchdown. So defense side of the ball, again, I'm not going to go through the tackles because there wasn't really any sacks or interceptions, but the D line did their job. Defensive line and the secondary, even though they gave up a few long passes, they eventually settled in. So, Big Joe, what did you think of the game?
It was definitely a hard fought, tough nosed game. At least in the first half, it did. Let me give a shout out to C.J. Stroud, should be Rookie of the Year. D'Amico Ryans should definitely be Coach of the Year. Um, this is a team again that's not supposed to be here. Another overachieving team, but with phenomenal coaching and with everybody buying in and willing to fight for their coach, is the reason why the Houston Texans play the Baltimore Ravens. The Texans came to play the first half. They came to play and they were like, I know we ain't supposed to be here, but we don't feel like going home either. And they fought their heart out in the first half. The Ravens had they came out lackluster. You can say it could have been the week off. You could say it could be the weather. You could say, could be a lot of things. So it was only 10-10, in after the first half. But, in these playoff scenarios, it's all about who rises to the occasion and who can make the adjustments coaching wise. And the Ravens, like you said, Lamar Jackson cussed out his O line, and the Ravens said, "Look, we the Ravens. We supposed to be here. They ain't supposed to be here. Let's remind them, who we are." They came out in the second half and blew them out. They did what they're supposed to do. Again, Lamar Jackson for MVP. He has 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns. So I guess that's quarterback. Yeah, that's quarterback enough for me.
It
So
is for me too.
it's good enough for me. So again, shout out to the Texans. They had a phenomenal year, but everybody put your hands in. Everybody can't go to Cancun now. It's gonna be too crowded. So everybody we gotta go somewhere else. So 1, 2, 3, Jamaica. So I'll see y'all in Jamaica, Texans. Good season, good year. Can't wait to see what they do next year. Ravens, y'all move on.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going to Brent, brother Brent Fox. What do you think of the game?
Oh man. Okay. First and foremost, let me just make sure that I go ahead and do this. I want to give the Baltimore Ravens proper respect on a great season. Okay, the season is not over. I'm not talking like the season's over. Okay, but it's kind of difficult for me, man, because it's like you have your twin brother who hit a growth spurt, and now he's stunting on you, and you can't do nothing but just sit back and watch what happens. Anyway, I think that probably that bye week may have thrown some of the timing off, but I think once the Ravens got back into a rhythm or got some fire underneath them in the second half, they started rolling, man. And defensively, they were holding it down like the first half as well, but it really intensified. I would say like mid third quarter, and you could kind of just feel that squeeze kind of coming down on the Texans because they weren't really able to try to execute the way that they wanted to. And I think as a result of that, defense actually just squeezing and being nearly suffocating to where the plays just weren't as effective. It took a special teams touchdown to try to help the Texans kind of stay in it the first half, or else, it probably would have been worse. But I think that y'all's defense, man, is really going to be a key factor, or really the X factor in y'all's championship run. I think Lamar actually played the way that he was supposed to, and your key phrase, man, him just taking what the defense gives him as opposed to just trying to force it. Because, all Lamar would have just tried to force it and try to make it happen.
Yes.
But this particular Lamar, man, he just reads the defense and he takes what's given, but he takes full advantage. That is what I do not like about him. But yeah, he is having an MVP caliber season. And I can't believe I'm saying this, bro. But I hope he hoists up a Super Bowl trophy. There, I say.
Wee.
A Pittsburgh Steelers fan saying this. Okay, we cooking with grease tonight. Well, thank you, Brent Fox. You bringing that black and gold spirit in here and humbly saying that. I appreciate you.
Okay, keep in mind you my brother and I love you. That's why I did that. All right. For you and JB, I know JB over there talking smack. He's probably just on mute, but I can hear him back there.
No, I'm just soaking it all in. I'm in here sipping on my coffee, just soaking it all in.
I finna say, fellas, don't blow it now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got this much from your adversary. Hey, y'all just appreciate the love,
You right.
Yeah, don't push it. Don't push it.
No, go ahead and push it. It makes things fun. Hey, that's what this entertainment thing is all about, man. We just brothers talking trash to each other. We good.
And just for the record, I'm glad Mike Tomlin is staying.
Yeah.
You boy, because the way he walked off on what you call it, Brooke Pryor, I was like, oh damn, he might not be coming back.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100. I just hoping he take the year off, and then the Saints are fired Dennis Allen, and we can bring him to New Orleans. So I'm not gonna lie, brother Fox, I can't say I'm happy that he coming back.
Boy, ain't that much boudin in the world for him to come down there. I'm just playing.
Ooh, hey, I'm gonna keep it real. Hey, they'll be cooking with Crisco if you give it that scrub Dennis Allen that coach for the head coaching. That scrub Derek Carr quarterback. I don't care what you say. We can get him down here to Big Easy. Hey, every time we get players down here, guess what? They say, hey, they love this city more than any other city they played in. So, hey, I'm sure they got more to do in New Orleans than Pittsburgh, you feel me?
You know what? That black and gold will look good on Tomlin. Actually, now that I think about it.
Boy, you always got
that black and gold will look higher. Can you imagine him down there in the community? He eating jambalaya, etouffee, gumbo. Got him a little Creole woman on the side. Hey, I'm just saying, brother. I'm just saying. It look good on him. It's cold and it's cold in Pittsburgh. It's a very racist town. They really don't even like him like that. He's going down to New Orleans, baby. You feel me? It's not on down there.
Joe, if you do that, I'm shutting down my shutting it down. I'm shutting it down.
I ain't gonna lie.
Taking my business elsewhere.
Like you said, Fox. After that game, he walked off the field like LeBron James after he lost to the Boston Celtics.
Oh yeah,
that one year. Delonte West is having sex with my mama. I'm gone.
I was cold. I was cold blooded too.
Wrong for that,
Cold,
bro.
mama,
That
cold
that's
blooded. But you know, hold on. How can you bust down your son's teammate though? How do you
That's
even
all
do
I
that?
that's
was thinking. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it true. You know.
that's a
That's
whole
your
other
son's
conversation, man.
teammate. All these brothers out here, you busting down your son's teammate, and the retarded one at that, the one who's
You know
mentally
what them loose,
incapable.
you know what them loose ones say, Joe. Come on now. We ain't no
I
rookies.
mean,
We know what the loose ones say.
I'm
Well, mama gotta have a life too. Or mama got needs too.
Mm-hmm.
th-
You don't
this
wanna you
reminds
don't wanna hang up your stilettos just yet.
who was Jada Pinkett having the entanglement with? Who was this first reminds me of Jada Pinkett and August Alsina. Same thing.
I love it. I
Hey,
love
I'm,
it.
I'm
Now
just
you know what we're
saying.
talking about.
We got
Talking
we, we got
about
the we got the cougar taking advantage of the younger man. I'm just saying.
It's
oh,
true.
I don't
I'm
know if
sorry, y'all.
it's because he looked like one of them dudes from Bone Thugs and Harmony. I don't know what the catch was, but she got him, and he ain't deny it. So
yeah.
Hey, what an NHL player? He lost his contract because he messed with his teammate mama. He got kicked off the team.
but they
Mm.
need to have that then. I agree with that.
Well,
We
I
all
think
Messing
they
know
with
they
called
was
his
it,
on.
mama too. He lucky he didn't get kicked off the team.
huh?
I said he was messing with LeBron mama too. He lucky they didn't kick him off the team right
Oh
then and
yeah,
there. I
yeah.
mean, I'm
He,
gonna
he
be real with you. I think they did something to blackball him out the league after a while. It didn't happen right away. It happened after a while, but hey, he lucky they
I
yeah.
didn't kick him off the team right then and there.
I ain't
find
gonna
it
lie, he
a
was down here
coincidence.
on
I don't find it coincidence he all of a sudden homeless. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron James behind the scenes don't get that nigga nothing.
yeah, he was down here home, bro. It was sad. For real, for
Hey,
real. It was sad.
that,
He
that
blackballed the
that
shit out of
that
Delonte West.
that's the equivalent of Armstrong for the Bulls busting down Michael Jordan's mama. It's the same thing. Or Steve Kerr, same thing.
LeBron said you F my mama, I'ma F you. You won't make
Hey,
another cent in this league. Nigga,
Yeah.
hey,
you better go to the big three and talk to Ice Cube because you're not coming back in the NBA.
Shoot.
hey. He went from being in the league now, so he talking to himself. I'm just saying.
Man, I could
Yeah,
have
that is
swore I
sad.
seen him near the HEB trash can, putting stuff on the trash. No, let me shut up.
Yeah,
Okay,
Nah,
I'm
he
gonna
he
stop.
probably he
Yep, yep.
probably
I'm
he
going on
probably
mute.
was.
I'm going on mute.
He was on the side of the road with a sign and everything. To everybody asked, "Hey man, you need help? Come to rehab." You don't want to go to rehab. I mean, what you gonna do? You don't want to go.
That part is also true. Um,
Hey,
that part is also true. That's why people stopped helping him. Like,
But
because at first they were trying to keep it. When he was down here with the Mavericks, they Mark Cuban them did actually try to like get that swept up under the rug at first, and they were paying for his rehab. They were paying for it, and he just would not go. He would be either a no show or he would do something to like uh, have the rest of the group be uncomfortable, and then they just kind of like kick him out of the group. But yeah, he wasn't even trying, bro. He wasn't even trying.
so
you
so
gotta you
so
gotta help yourself, man.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to help himself, man. He did not try at all.
So either he was already crazy, or LeBron James' mama got that Erica Badu cat, which she make all the men go crazy. I don't know which
Man,
one it is, but I'm just saying.
well,
Uh,
I have no comment on that issue.
No
my
comment.
bad. My bad. Oh,
I,
okay. Oh, my bad.
I have no comment on that issue. You trying to get my business in trouble? What you doing, man?
Hey, I'm asking a question, brother. I'm curious. Just curious.
he
Dude.
probably do. She probably do. I
Well,
don't know.
there goes my Mama James special right there, man. Golly, man.
Man, you gonna be all right, brother. You be all right, brother. Last I heard, she was dating some dude named Lambo who ain't got no Lamborghini. So I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
His name is Lambo, but he drive a Kia Forte.
His name was Lamb. When was with the Heat, his mama dated some dude named Lambo who was driving LeBron James Lamborghini. I'm just saying. But whatever.
Oh man. Oh man.
Boy, I love
I
you
guess
guys. Anyway,
My bad, bro. Let's get back to football. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Back to
let's go
football.
Yeah,
back to
yeah,
Yes, sir.
y'all.
Yeah,
football.
yeah, yeah,
Football.
yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
Um,
sir.
and I'm gonna do this purposely because I want JB to go last. Coach, what you think of the game?
Uh, kind of echoing what Brent Fox said is like they struggled in the first half. Maybe the week off, they kind of threw off their time and threw off their rhythm. But the second half, they got it going and they did what they do. And just to kind of, I hate to keep beating the dead horse, fellas, but we need to call out ESPN and their big winch, Kimberly A. Martin. Y'all, you try to discredit Cam Newton, and every week that go by in the playoffs, it shows you that Cam Newton was spot on. Cam Newton played in the NFL. Cam Newton was the league MVP. He was number one overall pick. He won a JC national championship. He led Auburn to the national championship. He was the number one overall pick. Like I said, he was league MVP. He carried a bad Carolina Panthers team on his back to the Super Bowl. This heifer Ann played $1 in the NFL. And she tried to discredit this man. She didn't discredit him in terms of addressing the points he made. She just talked about how he dressed, and she just tried to discredit him. And every week that passes, he looks more like Nostradamus when it comes to this NFL stuff. So I don't care what nobody say. Lamar Jackson is hands down the league MVP. And hopefully we get our first all-black quarterback room to win the Lombardi Trophy. And that's all I got to say about that. And salute to the general.
Oh, salute to 78 Sports TV, the general of the LDBC. I appreciate you gracing us with your presence, brother. Thank you.
Salute, General.
And lastly, JB.
Bring it home, JB. Bring it home, baby.
And you know why, brother Jared gave me the opportunity to go last because I predicted this ass whooping. So like I told you guys last week, Lamar Jackson is on a mission. Not just Lamar Jackson, the whole football team. And I already knew that once Lamar Jackson after halftime, we was rusty. Like he said, we was rusty. And I kind of knew that was going to happen. And I was kind of nervous of us being rusty with this young team that was clicking, who just beat the shit out the Cleveland Browns last week. But man, Lamar went in that locker room, told everybody to grab your nuts, remember who you are, you know what I'm saying? And let's drag these dudes, man. And that's what we did. And that's what they did. They dragged them dudes. There's levels. In the LDBC, we talk boxing. You hear a motherfucker in boxing and say there's levels to this shit. There's levels. There's certain levels. So there's Devin Haney, and then there's everybody else. There's levels. So that's what Baltimore Ravens is on now. There's Baltimore, and there's everybody else. The only way anybody can beat us is we beat ourselves. So and like Jared said, the defense was fantastic. And that's not as far as getting sacks or getting turnovers. We didn't let them get what they want to get. Then everything they got on their own. We let you catch a 20-yard run, 20-yard catch, or you break off a run or whatever. But once you get past that 50-yard line, that's it for you. That's enough. And we're not gonna let you score in the red zone. So, and then the offense, man, we got the running game going. Gus started going. Justice Hill started going. Dalvin Cook had some runs. man, it was just beautiful to see. Uh, Shout out to Monken. Monken uh, drawed up some beautiful plays in the second half. Um, and like I said, shout out to the Texans. I mean, they had a good young football team, but as Roquan Smith said, the Cinderella story is over. You know what I'm saying? We're the bad guys.
Damn.
You know, you know, we I mean we're the bad guys. We your nightmares. You know what I'm saying? This is way overdue. This is way overdue. So all you people that was talking crap about Lamar can't do this, Lamar can't do that. Oh, Lamar got his mama as his agent. He got a bag, and he got his team in the AFC Championship, one game away from the Super Bowl.
Mm.
So you need to reevaluate on some of your opinions. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm gonna get off my soapbox, fellas. That's all I'm gonna say. I knew this was gonna happen. It doesn't matter who wins between Buffalo and Kansas City. We whooping their ass. Um,
Mm.
we getting them out there like Deontay Water did Dominic Brazil after he talked all that shit. We knocking you out. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like seeing your favorite dog getting hit by a car. You know,
Oh
Like
man.
like like
Oh,
Black
you hit
used to
with
say.
the Black Fight fan. Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's I told everybody like that when the Texans, we were playing the Texans. It's gonna be like that with, the Chiefs. Everybody love the Chiefs. Everybody talking about, you know, uh, Josh Allen. Well, Josh Allen. How come Josh Allen ain't in the Super Bowl run? Well, Josh Allen throws about 2011 interceptions. He threw 2011, 211 interceptions in mid-season. That's why. And he was the reason why he had to get his team out the hole they was in. They was almost not wasn't able to not make the playoffs.
Boy, that's some good trash talk, JB. Boy, JB landed SmackDown.
Yes, sir.
Man,
So
look,
they did
man.
have to beat Miami to get to the playoffs. It was either number
Facts.
2 or nothing.
Facts. So man, I was just sitting back, hearing everybody talking, everybody running their mouth, everybody think they know football, and of course I'm talking about outside of the LDBC football community. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think they know football, talking crap about Lamar. I was on one. I think it was a YouTuber. I ain't gonna say his name. He was a Texan dude. He was, calling Lamar running back and everything. And I had to tell him. I said, "Hey, man, yesterday look what we did with your boy CJ Stroud. We burped him and we put his little ass to bed. That's what you do with children.
Damn.
He a rookie. That's what we do. We showed you what you do with a rookie. When grown folks in the room, oh, look at the little baby. He cute. How old is he?
Oh.
Okay, the grown folks in the room, take your ass to bed.
Oh, good Lord.
That's what we did with the Houston Texans yesterday.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, that blasphemy against CJ Stroud. Now you done went too goddamn far. No.
I'm just telling you. That's what we did, bro.
You said you put the kids to bed. Is that what you're supposed to do?
You
What
put
was
when
that the
grown
Joe Payne
folks in
did
the
on the
room.
program? Put the women and children to bed and go looking for dinner.
Oh no!
Facts. Back in the day when grown folks was drinking, talking, they may be talking about stuff they don't want you to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You go outside or you go in your room and play the game or play with your toys. CJ Stroud, we glad to see you. He gonna be a good QB. But take your ass to bed. Go in the room.
What's the so
Yeah, you
so
said
so?
to go to your room. Dang.
Well, I got a question, JB. Are we gonna swaddle CJ before we put him in the bed? We just gonna throw him in the bed.
No, it's just a snap and a point.
So
That's
not.
what my mom and daddy
Oh,
used to
man.
do. They snap and they point. You know,
Oh
grown folks in
no.
here. Go to your room. You know where you used to be.
Mm.
Hmm.
Dang.
When my aunties and uncles was talking, and instead of quit looking in my mouth and go to bed and go in your room about
Hmm.
what we talking about.
Hmm.
So
Mm.
after that being said, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have to do that with either Mahomes or Josh Allen. If
Now
if
with them,
Mahomes
they
win,
not babies. And what we gonna do with them, JB?
oh, with the Mahomes, we legend killers. We legend
Oh.
killers. We like Kratos. We like
Mm.
Kratos. We killing
Oh,
Zeus.
we Kratos?
We
Oh,
killing
I like
everybody
it.
on.
I
We
like
killing
it.
everybody on Mount Olympus. We killing
Oh,
everybody.
dang.
Oh my goodness. Kratos.
Yeah. Kratos
That's
had
my
to move all the way to Ragnarok just to get
hey,
away
hey,
from
We
his reputation.
hey, JB, you got me, dog. I'm in here now. You got me now. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I like
we
this.
killing Apollo. We killing
Ooh.
Zeus. We killing Athena
Mm.
and some other guys on this. And we killing Titans too.
Mm.
And we killing the Swifties too. You know what I mean?
Facts.
No
Okay.
more friendship bracelets. That's messed up.
What if the
Mm.
Bills make it, JB?
The Bills make it with Josh Allen. With Josh Allen is who I got for Josh Allen. Because Josh Allen got some of the same qualities Lamar got. We're gonna do what MJ did to Prince. Lamar Jackson is Michael Jackson. Josh Allen is Prince. He good, but he's
Oh
not on
man.
his motherfucking level.
Oh,
Oh man. Come
I
on,
like
man.
it. I like it.
I know he
JB,
had
where you been
growth,
at?
man.
Where
You
you
can't
been
just
at,
sit
dog?
purple rain.
Josh Allen wearing them tight pants with the booty hole out in it, like Prince
I
did.
quit. I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit.
He walking
And
around with the
Lamar
cheeks out, JB, with the cheeks out.
and Lamar Jackson gonna moonwalk on his ass.
Damn. Well, Josh Allen
He said no
has thrown
Doug
the sec.
Klein over here.
Josh Allen has thrown the second most picks in the NFL. With 18. I'm just saying. Only
Facts.
person above him is Sam Howell. Somehow with the Washington. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Hey, so I mean, and I like Josh Allen, and I got a
Big
relationship
Red,
with.
Big Red said, I'm sorry, but Josh Allen not even Prince.
Damn. So what is he, Alexander O'Neal?
No. He's Robin Thicke now. Come on now, he's Robin Thicke now. Stop putting black greatness on him. He's Robin Thicke now.
Yeah, you're right. I was just
I got
saying,
you.
I'm a fan of Alexander O'Neal, but yeah, Robert Thicke, he got that one hit, Lost Without You, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh, he
and and
fumbled.
yeah, and he just fumbled too, right on cue. Yeah, no,
I
hey,
wish these motherfuckers would learn how to fall on the ball. You can't pick up and run it when you got about 50 people around you. Damn.
hey.
Well, this man done made me hit the wrong button. I laughed my way smooth off the chat.
Yeah, you got any more, JB? You got any more, brother?
I'm just saying, bro. Whoever wins, we whooping their ass. This is long overdue. People start acting crazy. People lost their mind, acting like Lamar Jackson ain't who he say he is, who he showed you he is. He been doing the same stuff since Louisville.
Mm.
So
And we
I
Well, I'm
talking
gonna
can't
about
let
an
wait.
actual, and we talking about a league MVP now. About to be 2 time now.
Right.
Mm.
Baker Mayfield get more credit than Lamar Jackson.
Got commercials and everything. Ain't one shit. Ain't one shit.
Boy, JB.
Daniel Jones get more credit than Lamar Jackson. Giants QB. He got a brand new contract and everything. Then he have to
Boy,
wait for it.
boy, JB talking crazy tonight, boy.
I like
I
it. I
can't
like
believe
it.
it. My boy
I'm looking.
Tyrod
Yeah.
Taylor is better than Daniel Jones.
Oh dang! Hit it
Mm.
with Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod will be balling right now if he didn't puncture his lungs with that by that doctor when he was with the
They
Chargers. He was
did
balling
they
with the
did that
Chargers.
shit on purpose.
He was balling with the Chargers too.
Mm-hmm.
He was balling with the Bills when Rex Ryan was the coach. But
Hmm.
but um but what when old boy came off the dude that's coaching now, McDermott, I believe, he
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
benched Tyrod Taylor for Nathan Peterman. Nathan Peterman garbage ass went out there and threw about 5 picks and a quarter.
Mm.
I'm saying he looked up on Josh Allen because I was the only one. And Jay and Jared can back me on this. I said all these garbage ass quarterbacks in this draft, Baker Mayfield, Josh
Josh
Rosen.
Rosen.
Oh,
Watch
Josh
Josh
Rosen was
Allen.
big trash. Yeah.
Watch Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson be the best two out of this draft. Watch. Everybody was shitting on Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. That's why I got a little respect for Josh Allen because I know he gets some of the same criticism that Lamar get, and some of it is warranted because he, like you say, he will do a Brett Favre and throw you about 2-3 picks in the game now.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Now, you were cooking. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Hold up,
Go
hold
ahead,
up.
coach.
I ain't gonna lie. He might throw 2 or 3 picks, but he ain't gonna throw in no goddamn quadruple coverage like Brett Favre though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. He sure would.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, he
Him
sure
too.
did.
Joe Fluco. Hmm.
I'm sorry, Joe. Joe, when you was ball, you had that Baltimore Ravens uniform. I defended you, but the truth out now. That arm can't protect you all the time. You got to get it to the right spaces. But speaking of that, I wanted to go deep into Lamar Jackson, and JB gonna cook some more. So my question to the panel, and I will go individually, and we all know the answer, but we want to go deep for our audience here. We want to go deep into conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of Lamar Jackson hate. If Lamar wins the MVP, if he wins the Super Bowl, will people stop hating on Lamar Jackson or jump on the Lamar Jackson train, meaning can
I've
we
been pleased and shit.
cop and please, or they just gonna be like, he black nigga from Pompano Beach. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm saying is, will the Lamar Jackson hate die down if he brings it home, meaning wins the Super Bowl for the Baltimore Ravens? Let's go with Big Joe first.
No, the hate will not stop. The hate will only intensify because
I am.
the people who do these podcasts or on Sports Center or whatnot, they have an agenda that they want to push. They want Brock Purdy to win a championship. They don't want Lamar Jackson to win a championship. You get a brother who still talks how he talks, wear do rags, still has braids. He's from the culture. His mom is his agent. He goes against everything that they stand for in the NFL. Again, I'd rather have Brock Purdy, Josh Allen. Hell, I'd rather have Baker Mayfield win before they have Lamar Jackson win. But Lamar Jackson, not only is he for the culture, so-called culture, but also a lot of the players mess with him. A lot of the NFL players rock with him, and they want them all to do with him. So long as your peers rock with you, what everybody else say don't really matter. Ain't nobody else in the NFL saying Lamar Jackson's trash and he's whatever. Again, OBJ is over there. He only caught one ball yesterday. You don't see him complaining. You know what I mean? So they have a goal, and again, he's gonna be the MVP because without Lamar Jackson, they would not be there. You put Brock Purdy on that team, they ain't nothing. You put any other quarterback on that team, ain't nothing. You put Baker Mayfield over there, ain't nothing. That's not to say they have a phenomenal defense, but this ain't the Ravens defense when they had T Sizzle, when they had Ray Lewis, and they had Ed Reed back there. This ain't that same defense where who was it? Trent Dilfer was a QB and he didn't do nothing. They still won. You know. So again, Lamar Jackson is gonna be the MVP this year. And no matter what, no matter how great he is, he's gonna keep getting the same hate because of who he is. He's not changing, he's not conforming. He's the franchise quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, being who he is. Big trust. You feel me?
Big trust for real. Brent Fox, I'm gonna go to you. What you think?
Well, I hate to be echoing what Mr. Townsend had already mentioned, but yes, the hate is not going to stop. It's only going to intensify. And there are several reasons why. I'll just give a few good ones. First and foremost, if you look back to the 2015-2016 season, the Carolina Panthers, they were 15-1. Cam was the MVP of the league. And I think had he won that actual Super Bowl, it would have shook up the NFL establishment. But instead, and big shouts out to Von Miller. I take nothing away from that man. He dominated the game, okay, as he was supposed to. But they would rather see beat up, tired out, old Peyton Manning, who couldn't throw a 10-yard out. He struggled to throw a 10-yard out.
Moving like RoboCop.
Rather than see Cam's black ass actually win the Super Bowl and change the league nearly forever. Okay. They could not see that. Also, more importantly, I think in some form or fashion, it will kind of be like the revenge of Michael Vick. It's a quarterback that can pretty much do anything. And I literally mean anything on that football field. And, as Joe eloquently mentioned, he's not going to conform to whatever it is you're doing. A la his mother being his agent and they're handling business within the family, which keeps that money in-house, literally. That in itself actually changes the thinking of some of these players. And we're like, well, okay, if he was successful doing that, then maybe I should keep my money in the family too. That way it doesn't work its way back into a system that's not beneficial for me. So, I mean, there's a lot to be said about that too. But I think the statement that would be made if Lamar Jackson wins a Super Bowl is a scary thought, to be quite honest with you, for most of these owners. I'll just put it that way. But I'm still, even though I'm a Steelers fan, I still root for Lamar to go ahead and bring this one home, man. Detroit's a nice story, and hopefully they'll prevail. And San Francisco, they had their run too, but it's time for something new. It's time for something new. So I am supporting Lamar Jackson this year to go ahead and hoist up the MVP and, more importantly, the Super Bowl trophy, as I mentioned before. All right, y'all got it.
All right, all right. Uh, Coach, what do you think?
Truthfully speaking, I think it's gonna be, I'm gonna slightly deviate from the fellas. I think they kind of half right. Based on what I saw with, the Saints the year they won the Super Bowl. I talked about this last show. It's like living in the state of Louisiana, or even in South Louisiana. Uh, it's like I saw so many people that really didn't like the Saints. I'm talking about people that literally lived in New Orleans their entire life, didn't like the Saints. So the year the Saints won the Super Bowl, I saw two things happen. I saw people hate on the Saints even more and talk about how even they're more garbage and more trash. Or I saw a lot of bandwagon jumpers, people that really never really rock with the Saints. Now all of a sudden out the blue, y'all Saints fans. So I think those two things are going to happen. I think the first reason why they're going to hate even more, kind of like the fellas mentioned, the fact that, he's anti-establishment, he against the grain. He's not the prototypical what we want a quarterback to be, having his own agent, him trying to push for only the second guaranteed contract in NFL history, fully guaranteed. So it's like those things kind of go against him. And you can even see, during the course of the season, how certain things play out, the way they kind of push Christian McCaffrey. I'm not saying McCaffrey is not a great player, but he don't deserve to be the league MVP over Lamar Jackson. And like I said, with that being said, on the opposite end of the spectrum, you got people that really has been anti-Lamar Jackson and Tyler talking about he should have been a running back or he should have been moved to defensive back or whatever the case may be. Let's be real and let's be truthful. Some of these people, they're going to come out the woodworks like they've been rocking with him and supporting him since day one. And they've been Lamar Jackson haters. But we live in a modern era where, especially like the younger kids, me being a coach, coaching football and basketball, but more so basketball, I've seen players that I coach, 1 year they Lakers fans. Then the next year, the Brooklyn Nets get Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. All of a sudden out the blue, they Brooklyn Nets fans. And I'm like, hold up, wasn't you like Golden State Warriors fan last year? Or weren't you a Lakers fan last year? And all of a sudden you a Brooklyn Nets fan. Now, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving both get traded away from the Nets. Now, you're a Golden State Warriors fan again. Golden State fell off. Now you're a Lakers fan. You're a fan of this team or that team. So you're going to have some bandwagon jumpers that are going to jump on like they've been rocking with Lamar since day one, but they really haven't. So watch when he win his league MVP and win his Super Bowl. You're going to see a lot of haters come out. I mean, a lot of haters and bandwagon jumpers come out the blue. Hopefully, everybody always talk about how the LDBC like to push narratives, but we could see it, whether it's ESPN, whoever, push narratives. So hopefully we don't have no referee interference in him achieving greatness and in the first all-black quarterback from the hoist of Vince Lombardi Trophy. So hopefully we could get there.
Yes, indeed. Those who don't know, thank you, Brother Brent Fox. Chiefs just beat the Bills in a very close game, 27-24. Tyler Bad for the Bills missed a game-time field goal. So the Chiefs are moving on. They will be playing the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship game. So here's the Final Four. Good timing. 49ers versus Lions for the NFC, and Chiefs versus Ravens. Dang, Bill fans is crying and everything.
Oh, but that's an ugly cry. Good God.
And like I said, there's doves crying, y'all.
Hey, but hey, as a Bills fan, I feel you. If you had to clean up the stadium, you had to shovel out the snow for you to
Mm,
sit down and to watch your team get beat, and they paid you $20 an hour, and you still lost. I'd be upset too. I'd be crying too.
This is all this is mean. We gotta go into Kratos mode, man. We gotta go in Kratos mode. Um, my home's is a legend.
And
He's a
you can take
legend.
over, JB, because I'm gonna go to you last anyway.
Yeah, man. No, people ain't gonna. I mean, it's kind of mixed. You know how people are, man. If people can't take you down, they're gonna join you and wait for you to fail. Then they come out. Oh, I know. Lamar wasn't this. And then the people who are consistent haters. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do what they do. You always gonna have people that just they miserable. They don't want to give people credit. Um, so they just gotta find something they don't like about Lamar to talk about him. You know. Um, and I think it get to the point where people are starting to realize, and what I've been telling people, I said, y'all know Lamar ain't been having the same weapons as the rest of these quarterbacks, right? And not even teams, not even like, and I'm not trying to pick, but I'm like, not even Kenny Pickett. Lamar don't have weapons like the Steelers had, like Deontay Johnson or my boy. We should have got in the first round.
Jordan Pickens.
Which Pickens. Can you imagine Lamar and Pickens? He fits
oh, okay.
our offense.
I
You know what
gotta
I'm
I gotta
saying?
slightly disagree. Now you got Zay Flowers, okay, who if it wasn't for CJ Stroud, he might be in consideration for rookie of the year. You still have a
Mm.
serviceable Odell Beckham. You still have Rashad Bateman, who's serviceable as well. Like that, it's really comparable to the receiving core that we actually have. If not, like on paper, it might be a little bit better.
But nah, Pickens throw it over the top. Because let me tell you why. I love Zay. Zay is a rookie, right? We know what Zay was once we draft him. He's a yak dude. He's not the fastest dude in the world. He can't get over the top, but he's the type of dude you throw him a short pass, he make you miss and he'll get you 10 more yards. He a yak receiver, right? Um, Odell is good. We got Odell in the room for we need that
Veteran
senior,
presence.
that veteran presence
He the
in the
Mentor.
Derrick
locker
Mason
room.
for this year.
He did. When we had Derek Mason, that's what he was. Even though Derek Mason was more serviceable, but that's what we need. We got that veteran leadership back, and
and boom, yeah.
yeah. So that's what we got him on. Um, and then Rashad Bateman hasn't lived up to what we thought he was. I think he's still trying to get back to himself from that injury he had with his foot. So, um, like I said, man, them receivers and that's one thing that said Pittsburgh does a really good job drafting receivers. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, with that being said, going back to my point, Lamar never really had a receiving core like these other receivers got. Baker Mayfield, we just got finished talking about Baker. Can y'all imagine Lamar Jackson with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. But
So
he's
basically, what
doing
he's
it.
saying. So basically, what you're saying, JB, and just the lighting things. I know you're on the other side of the fence, being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Like in that 2022 draft, we had a chance to get George Pickens, but we got a David Ajabu who tore his Achilles before the
Exactly.
draft. So a
Exactly.
lot of Baltimore Ravens fans were hurt because after that we already done We drafted Rashad Bateman, but he was injury prone, and uh, that was the year I think our wide receiver core was the worst in the league
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
2021 season.
And
So
but we still and Lamar still dragging them over. You know, we still number one AFC team in the league
mhm.
until he got hurt, and then we lost all those games. So he's been doing this since Louisville, dude. You can't name me one receiver that was on that Louisville team.
Not one, not one.
So, but people don't look at stuff like that. People are looking at it now, but in the past, people are waiting to hop on Lamar because those are these same people that wanted him to play another position. Thought he was gonna be out the league because he's injury prone. Stuff like that. People are so fickle. People just can't take a L and admit that they wrong. Cause all this shit really ain't serious. Even what I said, right? And I meant what I said, right? About about Josh Allen being like Prince, Lamar Jackson being like Michael Jackson, and um Mahomes, we gotta take him down like Kratos did Zeus. I meant all that. But if somehow my Ravens mess up and lose, I'm gonna come back on here next week and say, the better team won. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do here on the Southern Baller Podcast. We talk our shit when we get the dub or when we write about the points. You know what I'm saying? We floss, but when we take an L,
No running.
we ain't running. So, but people can't do that with Lamar. People want to, since he can't win game, he can't stay healthy. So now he's healthy for the whole season. So people bring other narratives. Oh, well, he's only 1-3 in the playoff game. If you look right, do your research. How many games that Peyton Manning won, or how many times Brady whooped Peyton Manning's ass in the playoffs? Well, he couldn't get over the hump.
Multiple.
Your boy for the 49ers, Steve Young, John Elway. All these guys had issues at the beginning in their young career until they was able to get over the hump. And I think Lamar is realizing that, he needs to get over the hump. And he might not get these opportunities, like he has this year, because even though I'm talking shit about CJ Stroud, and I admit what I said, we burped him and we put him to bed. He gonna be a monster year 2, year 3, and I think if God willing that Houston do right by him, they're gonna be a good football team. And the AFC is probably one of the strongest divisions from top to bottom.
We are.
So this is the best time to win the Super Bowl. At Kansas City, I don't care what they say. Kansas City ain't that good this year, man.
Let's be honest. Patrick Mahomes and you pair him up with a gunslinger like Mahomes, they reckon motherfuckers. But Mahomes ain't got that. All he got is his trusty Dusty and Kelsey.
Yeah.
And Kelsey.
Yeah. I mean, he's a winner, but he's a winner though. You got to give him credit, and he is a legend in his league because he was able to get to the AFC Championship without his weapons he had in the past and Hill. So if he's able to beat us next week, then hey, kudos to him. but I think Lamar is gonna show everybody why he's the king of the NFL. So, with that being said, that's all I got on that, man.
All right. Any rebuttal, fellas, or anything y'all want to add?
Nah, no rebuttal from me.
Yeah, no, you ain't getting no rebuttal from me. Lamar Jackson for MVP. A lot of folks is going to have to start
Me
eating
neither.
crow out here in these streets.
All right. Okay.
Me
All
neither.
right.
Me neither.
All right, Coach. Appreciate you. All right. Now, I know you got the ladies and gentlemen. We usually talk about HBCU, but not this show. But still, loves give love shout outs to all the HBCUs, especially the SWAC and the MEAC. But our last topic is actually going to be a little bit different. We're going to dip into the video game world. The reason they just announced this year college football is coming back. So y'all can't tell me y'all remember back in the day, y'all growing up, you know, every year an NCAA football game coming out, which matched the move. You know what I mean? You got your homeboys coming, you know, coming back from football practice. Everybody come to your house or you go to your homeboy's house, and y'all, y'all on the sticks when your favorite NCAA game with it, whatever year
21
it was.
skunk.
21 skunk, get off the sticks. That's right. So, after the 2013 year, Ed O'Bannon launched a lawsuit. Ed O'Bannon was a former college hooper for UCLA. He saw one of the NCAA basketball games and saw his likeness in the game. So he put a lawsuit against the NCAA games in which it affected both the basketball and football titles, which after that year they no longer dished them out. So to this day, NCAA 14, which was NCAA 14, people are updating and modding that game so they can still have a college football experience on the sticks. So starting with y'all, what y'all think about this? Cause y'all excited? I know we older now, but I still play the sticks play the game every now and then when I got time, when I'm not busy. So what do y'all think about this? Starting with you, Big Joe.
Yeah, I remember that this was actually one of my favorite games when I was in high school. I played this game more than I played Madden. You know,
Yeah, a lot
always
of
used to
people say that, Big Joe. Yeah.
yeah, I used to love the creative play. I used to create a DN or create like a running back B. I used to create a Derrick Henry size running back. You know what I mean? So,
Before
um,
Derrick Henry, yeah.
right. So, yeah, no, yeah. Shoot, I even got a little check from the game. You know, I got a nice little check. You know, from that lawsuit. You know, nothing too crazy, but a couple $100. So,
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
because
so
you and then in that your case, yeah. So those who don't know, we actually got a Division I athlete on the panel with us, Big Joe.
yeah.
Okay.
So, got a little check for it, but yeah, no, yeah. I'm glad they bringing this game back. I'm glad the players are actually gonna get paid. You know what I mean, for the image and likeness and whatnot. It'll be interesting to see how the gameplay is going to be. You know what I mean? I love the game because you can start off with a team and kind of build the whole program or, and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be interesting to see what the features are going to be. If EA is going to do it, then it should be a good game. But I'm glad the players are getting paid for it. I'm glad it's making a resurgence back. I just hope that it's not going to be garbage. So
Yeah.
I still don't play Madden right now. I play a lot more other games than I do Madden. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm glad the players got paid, and shout out to Ed O'Bannon. And you know, I don't know about having Caleb Williams on the cover, but that's a whole different conversation. So
Well, actually, Coach heard. You want to tell them what you heard, Coach? Tell the folks what you heard.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a version with Jaden Daniels on the cover. I mean, I don't know if
Okay,
if
okay.
it's the two Heisman Trophy, the last two Heisman Trophy winners thing, or if they just picked him or whatever. But the version I saw had Jaden Daniels on the cover.
Okay. Sometimes they'll have one person on one cover, and have like a whole championship series kind of thing. Who knows? But yeah. But
Yeah,
anyways, hey, shout out to the players, and hopefully, hopefully the game's actually gonna be good.
Yeah,
yeah, I
I
hope so
think
too.
that's the gist of it, Big Joe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother Brent, what you think? College football gaming's coming back finally. What you think?
Man, I'm very excited to hear about that, man. Now I did not play the college game as much as I did Madden, but I enjoyed the college game like thoroughly, especially when I was going to school for a brief stint. I enjoyed creating a school, building a program, and all of that, picking out the uniforms, all that good stuff, man. And yeah, I'm excited to see what features are going to be on the game from Games Pass. What features are actually going to be on here that may be new or innovative. And mostly, I am glad that they finally doing something to cut the check for these Division 1 athletes that go out here and they pretty much risk themselves for the benefit of the school. It used to be, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. It used to be like, oh, well, yeah, if you perform well this week, then we'll put the money that we should have gave you to like a scholarship fund, and if you lucky, there may be some kickback. But now with this NIL deal, it's a little bit more direct. So I definitely appreciate the fact that these kids, not kids, I'm sorry, these young adults are gonna go ahead and get a little bit of they just due. Not all the way, but just a little bit of they just due.
I think it's like $500 per player they're supposed to get, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Should be, yeah, should be
Okay.
more than that. But yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
All right, all right. Uh, Coach, what do you think about supposedly the NCAA college football on consoles? Um, Eventually probably come out on PC down the line, but supposed to be coming out this year. And guys, y'all can go online and read the articles, and it's legit. It's supposed to be coming out July this year. Um, but hopefully they don't backpedal. But Coach, what you think?
I think it's a good thing that they're bringing it back. Kind of like Brent Fox was saying, and I used to play it a little bit, but of course, since they didn't have all the HBCUs on it, I wasn't listening to it. I played Madden way, 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 way more than NCAA. Even though a lot of my friends was, bigger on NCAA than Madden. Me, I was way bigger on Madden than NCAA. But one year they had a feature where you can import your players from NCAA to Madden. Now I'm not gonna lie, all season mode with Madden, importing those players, you know, Rude Dog used to have his draft classes on a memory card. We used to transport them to Madden. I'm not gonna lie, they
Mm,
used to be fun. Like literally, I remember one morning,
Man,
our uncle, I think he was building or remodeling the house, either or, but he didn't get everything straight in terms of his next draw. So literally, he came, get ready for work, and then he calls like, oh, well, we're not gonna work today, fellas. We started playing like, I remember 8 o'clock that morning, bro. We didn't finish playing till like with the all season mode with Madden importing the draft class from NCAA. We didn't finish playing till like 5 a.m. the next morning, and
mm.
I'm like, oh my goodness, bro. I hope our uncle, he, even though we needed the money at the time, I'm like, I hope he don't work to again today because ain't no way I'll be to make it today. But of course he didn't. But that's one of the biggest things I remember, and I think my lasting memory is I think with the whole Ed O'Bannon situation, that's part of the reason why the NIL is a thing that's in existence today. Because I don't care what nobody say, that was Ed O'Bannon, his image and his likeness on that game. So I think that was kind of like with the NCAA basketball or whatever. Them using they didn't use his name, but they used his image and his likeness. I think that's the reason why the NIL is a thing today.
All right, all right. Lastly, JB, what you think with all your gaming knowledge?
Man, I'm excited. I'm pumped. Me and you used to have battles
Yes,
in
sir.
NCAA football, man. Um, like Coach said, important draft classes. Me, it was the recruiting feature, man. I can't wait for the recruiting. See, in some, I think it was 14. You had a certain amount of points you could use. Um, 13, 12, and 11 and 10, you would actually call your recruits and steal them from the other team, other schools. Um, uh, man, I just can't wait. I can't wait. Um, I'm a big uh, franchise guy. And like the other brother said, I play more NCAA than Madden because I think it's more deeper. Um, so I, like Coach said, I did love loving the important my my recruiting class into Madden. When if I had a franchise in Madden, for example, like for 06, 07, stuff like that, 04. Um, and
For the
in my
various
opinion,
29 spots, yeah.
yeah, in
Give them
my
some
opinion,
extra.
04 is the best NCAA um, game ever made. A lot of people like 06,
And
but it's
14.
hard to but yeah, 14 was okay, but it's just because it's the last one. So people made it like it's great, but like the playability to replay, 04 is the best one. 06 was good. The offense was good, but it's hard to play defense on there sometimes. So, but yeah, I can't wait.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, we so all my gamers, especially sports gamers, and once July rolling around, supposedly this game should be rolling out too. So probably in a few months we should start seeing commercials around what they usually do them commercials, y'all, around like what 2 months before. So if they're doing it in July, they should do the commercial around in March and June, around that
Yeah,
time frame.
yeah. It should be around March, April, May, somewhere around there.
Yeah, April, May, June.
They
Yeah.
should have some kind of huge celebration. There should be something pretty big. They should be at a college campus, live premiering, doing something. So.
Yeah, and they did like it.
Oh,
The reason why, and a lot of people think it's Caleb, and I'm gonna let you finish, Big Joe. But the reason why a lot of people think Caleb Williams gonna be on the cover because did you see his commercial, like that Dr. Pepper commercial, where he was like, "Man, I mean, even in the video game, he held up
oh
the,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
generic."
yeah,
So
yeah,
a lot of people
yeah.
think he's gonna be on the cover because it's not guaranteed Heisman winner's gonna be on the cover because Jared Zabransky was on 08. Uh, uh, Shoelace was on 14,
Shoelace.
and Carson Palmer, and none of them were Heisman winners. So
You had Larry Fitzgerald on 5 when he was
mhm.
at Pitt. 06 you had Desmond Howard when when he was in Michigan, I believe.
Yeah, but it was some I
Yeah.
don't know why they
So,
picked Desmond Howard. I always meaning to
cause that's when they was implementing the road to glory. That's when you could play your own person,
Yeah,
create your
yeah, that's
own
right.
dude. So '07 was I think Reggie Bush, I believe.
Yeah, on PS2. Yeah.
'08 was old boy from Boise State.
Jerry Zabransky,
Yeah. '09 was
Matt Ryan.
oh yep, Matt Ryan. 10 was old boy from Utah.
No, that was one for the PS3. Brian Johnson from Utah. PS3.
Yep.
Other consoles or something else. But
Other
what
consoles.
was your favorite, JB? Out of all,
Oh
if you want
four.
Big Joe, what was your favorite one to play?
Oh man, I think. Be honest, bro. I don't know. I'm really trying to think about it. I got to do a little research. I'll let you know about 2 minutes.
All right, all right. Brent, what was your favorite one?
Um, which one had Joey Harrington on it from Oregon?
Oh, 03. 03 was slept on.
Okay, yeah, that was probably my favorite one. That's the one where I made up all the teams and all of that. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay. Coach?
I think the year we did all the important the draft classes. I don't know. That was what 08, 09, one of them years. It was one of them two. That was like the last year. Like I played NCAA, and that was the last year. Like I really enjoyed Madden before they really start changing all this bull crap. Because that was the year you could do the training camp, and you can improve your kicking skills, punter, running backs, receivers, quarterbacks, whatever. So like those 2 years was the thing. But I don't know, but y'all, but the only thing that I didn't like, I used to tell my cousin all the time, rude dog, when we play, I'm like, bro, ain't no way we importing these dudes from college to the NFL, and you drafting these dudes. He gutted like his whole team, and he got like the first 10 draft picks. Man, he drafting these dudes like 95, 93,
Yeah,
98,
that old
Yeah.
power.
99. I'm like, bro, these gotta be creative players, bro. Like this quarterback, like 7 feet tall, wide receiver like 6'9". I'm like, bro, ain't no effing way, bro. I'm like, you gotta have some creative, like you got some souped up animals. These gotta be creative players. Oh no, I'm like, oh man, come on, bro, you're not fooling me, But yeah, but of course, we had, you know, he was more in the NCAA. I was more in the Madden. But when we fused them together, it was like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, there was a feature on it where you could create your own recruits. So your cousin was probably maxing them, making the recruits like 99 or whatever. So when they get drafted, they be 99 number one overall pick or whatever.
Bro, I kid you not. He took the Patriots, I took the Saints. So what he did was he traded Tom Brady. He gutted his whole roster. And I'm like, man, what the F you doing, bro? Like, I'm like, I know you might have like a five recruiting class or whatever, but there's no way, bro. He had like 100 and like what $30 million in cap space or whatever it was. He started drafting these dudes. Got 90, 95, 97, 98. I'm like, oh, ain't no way. By the time he finished drafting all those players, I think he might have had like what, like 5 million in cap space or something like minuscule. I said, oh yeah, you got a bunch of souped up animals. You got
Right.
a 6'9" wide receiver, 7 foot tall quarterback. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, man, let's be realistic, bro. Ain't no way. Then the crazy thing about it, we got to playing the game, and that was the year. That was probably Tracy Porter's best year. The Saints ended up winning the Super Bowl. So he got this big souped up animal at wide receiver. On Madden that year, Albert Haynesworth, he was the strongest player on the game. So I put Tracy Porter in press coverage on this big giant wide receiver he got, and he threw him the ball, and Tracy Porter wasn't nowhere in sight. And I'm like, what the heck going on here? So I hit instant replay. Man, Porter went to press him. That wide receiver hit Porter, and Porter looked like Superman flying backwards. I said, hold up, man. I said, hold up, man. Something not right.
You
Then
know
I
he
go,
did, right?
I went to his strength. He had like 96, 97 strength. I'm like, dude, he's just as strong as Albert Hansworth. Albert Hansworth is a nose guard. I'm like, bro, no effing way, bro. So
You know
of
he
course,
did, right? So
what he-
there's a cheat, like in the college game, there's a cheat for the recruits. So what you could do, like, create a player and put him as a punter or
Kicker
kicker,
or punt.
and then put all their stats up. So but do not put the stats up for the kicking and punter ratings. So it's gonna be a weak recruit. He's gonna be a weak recruit for the punter or kicker, whatever you choose. So you can recruit the player because he's gonna be like a 1-star. So on the later NCAA like 08, 09, you can change their position. So what he did was he changed the position to whatever he wanted because everything 99 except for the punter kicker. So you can put him at any position he wanted. O-line, D-line, running back, wide receiver, tight end, don't matter. And that's what he did.
yeah, but for him to have 90, I think he had 97 strength, and he was a doggone 6'9" wide receiver. I'm like, come on, bro, this ain't nothing but a creative player. It's like you got a souped up animal, man. You know what I'm saying?
Me, JB would do that, but we will have a two super player maximum. You're gonna have only 2 players on your squad like that. So we'll create a team and put like my
If we
team,
needed an
his
O
team.
line, yeah.
We'll create a team and we'll put both our teams in the same conference so we can rival each other, have that rivalry. So we'll be recruiting, see who could, build our college team the fastest, and we would have at least 1 or 2 super players like that on our squad.
Well,
Hey,
I
did
mean,
y'all have rules like 1 super player on offense, 1 super player on defense? Or
Yep,
did
you know it.
Okay.
You know it.
well, with him, by the time he finished drafting, like I said, he had the first 10 picks of the draft, and he had like 130 million in cap space, and they pretty much ate his up almost most of his cap. So the thing about it is, I had a balanced team. I had Breeze at quarterback, I had Reggie Bush, I had probably the best offensive line, and plus I was much better at Madden than he was. But the fact that he had these souped up players, it kind of balanced it all, so it made it competitive. But I still was beating him though, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
But he had maybe 5 on offense and 5 on defense. But the problem is, like for the rest of his roster, he got to get players that probably really shouldn't even be in the NFL because those 10 players ate up so much cap space. I got like 99 players across the board, with Breeze and Bush and the offensive lineman at every position, whatever. Whereas his offensive lineman might be in the 60s or the 70s or whatever to compensate for the fact that, he got a franchise quarterback, he got 2 franchise running backs, he got a franchise wide receiver. So he got like 5 franchise players on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, but he got weak players at every other position just to make, just to stay under the cap because in the NFL you got a hard cap, whereas in the NBA you got a soft cap. So, it kind of balanced out,
But all that was fun, man. So these days are coming up. So most of all, I'm excited for the young bucks and the college kids who will have something to play when they in their dorms, or the even younger the younger kids who coming home and they will get a chance to experience what we experience when it comes to football. Football get video games. So I thought that this was an interesting topic. But Big Joe, you figure it out?
Yes, for me it was. I had to look at the covers and see which one it was. Easily the '05 one with Larry Fitzgerald. That was probably my favorite one. And then after that, I was heavy into Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That's pretty much all I played then after that. So yeah, the '05
That
game for sure.
that's fair. And GTA San Andreas is the best GTA ever made. You know,
Easily.
easily. Five is good, but they ruined it with all that online and microtransactions and shit.
Yeah. I'm a story guy. Even I don't even play Call of Duty like I used to. I like playing the stories, and that's about
The
it. Maybe
store,
little
right?
zombies. Yeah, I don't do the online gaming. I don't do all that. That ain't me.
See, it's
I ain't gonna
I
crazy.
lie.
tried the
Stay Ready was
online. I
playing.
stopped playing it a couple of.
Stay Ready was playing online. He made me like how what he did. He got all his homeboy. He had KG, everybody. You know, some of the brothers in the LDBC and he had brought them in all in his party, and they were playing, having a good time. So the key is um online, play with somebody that you know, and it'll make it fun. Because if you just play by yourself, you got people you don't know killing you, and it get frustrating.
But to add to your point, Stay Ready asked me to join him in Grand Theft Auto 5, but I don't have it. So I literally just bought it several days ago. It's only for like $10. And now I'm playing it, getting used to it, then I'll join Stay Ready. But Call of Duty wise, if y'all want to play Call of Duty, Trill Will's always playing Call of Duty. You can holler at him and y'all can join him with when he plays.
JB, that's you.
I,
Yeah, you even
yeah,
played one.
I played it with him one time. I fell out of it because um, I don't know. I've been into playing with you, bro. We've been on this Far Cry stuff, and um, we about to get back in. We actually about to get into five as well. Um, Me and Jed was playing Red Dead 2 together
Mm.
online, and that died down. Nobody's on that, but me and Jed enjoy it because you get to hunt and fish on there. It's just one of them games where Rockstar abandoned. They didn't put as much backing into it like they did five. So,
The
but
story mode is the best of all time, though. Um, shout out to Trill Will, LDBC or nothing. Um, salute to you, brother, man. We were just talking about you playing COD. Yeah, man. But it's gonna be interesting, man. And talking about story modes, like me and JB, we big on like Mafia, like Mafia 1, 2, and 3, or the Definitive Edition 1. So we like playing games like that as well.
I mean, it's crazy y'all bring up games like GTA, because truthfully speaking, like me, the only games I used to play was like NBA Live, NBA 2K, Madden, NCAA, and like Street Fighter, or maybe Mortal Kombat. They never had a pit fighter for the other gaming consoles, but all I played was like fighting games, NFL, NBA, college, like football, basketball, and fight games, and that was it. Because Christmas Day, when the Ravens were playing against the 49ers, we went to some family members' house, and the kids were playing Mortal Kombat. Bro, it's so much more graphic than when we were kids. Well, at that time I wasn't a kid, I was a teenager. But the point, I'm like, it was graphic then, but it's like 10 times more graphic now.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
like, man,
yeah,
y'all got these little kids playing Mortal Kombat with all this graphic stuff. And when I say kids, I'm talking about like 5 younger cousins, that's like 5, 6, 7. I'm like, man, ain't no way I have my kids playing that graphic nonsense.
yeah, it's very graphic now.
Yeah, sure is, and especially the new Mortal Kombat, where like it's been doing this, but like you said, nowadays the like, pulling the spinal cord from the person's throat,
Yo,
and you see all of it.
that was his finishing move. When he finished him Christmas night, that's exactly what he did. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And of course, my uncle, and he was like, "Yeah, that is pretty graphic." And I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all just letting them play this, bro. I was a teenager, and it was like a fraction of that graphic, and but we were teens. Like these are like little kids, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm like, no way, bro.
Yeah. Well, hopefully games like college football will balance everything out, more alternatives. But I'm excited that it's coming back. Um, but we're gonna wrap up the show, man. This has been a good show. JB was cooking. Um, I'm gonna watch the rewind so I can hear him.
Mhm.
But but I appreciate it, all you brother. I know you have better things to do. Life going on, and y'all took your time to uh just hop on and just chop it up with me. I appreciate it. Thank you, Living Big with Big Reg. Uh, Brent, let everybody know where they can meet you and see you.
All right. Well, channel still going. It's just me, hosted by Brent Fox. Look for new content coming soon. I'm gonna stop BSing, man, and just get back on it like I'm supposed to.
Please,
So there you go.
I enjoy your take, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Telling you.
sir. And then also, man, I just want to make sure that I send this special message out, man. I know it's probably not really going to apply to most folks, but hey, y'all, please, please, please be sure to reach out to friends and loved ones regularly, because you never know when your last moment with them is going to be. So just reach out to your loved ones, let them know that you're thinking about them every now and again. And that's all I got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of people need to hear that or need to be reminded. Big Joe, what you got, man?
Oh man, you can catch me on all LDBC platforms, supporting and supporting and checking out the family. And there's no place that I'd rather be than on the show with you brothers here. So this is not something I do for fun. To me, this is an obligation. So I'm glad that you have this platform. I'm glad I can be here to talk football with you guys. So your channel is important too, brother. Your channel just as important as 78 Sports TV. So
I
appreciate you for your channel.
I appreciate that. Heck, that's the what I'm trying to get to. But with time, it's gonna happen.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
so I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Um,
And I want to give a
but
quick and in the times of the Houston Texans doing their thing and balling and doing good, we have to talk about the grievance of one what's my man's name? This Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was balling with the Texans. Bill O'Brien, whatever his name is, he took away the best player, the wide receiver, Hopkins, they took him out. He was balling by himself, and all he wanted was a black head coach. That's all that he wanted. The owners didn't want to do it. They blackballed him. We know what happened with him. You
Hmm.
know, they brought in the brother's name. He used to coach the Bears. Lovey Smith. They brought him in there, and
Yeah.
they fired him because he didn't want to tank the team. And then all that to happen only for him to come back full circle. And then now we have a black head coach and a black quarterback now. Funny how that worked.
look at
Hmm.
God, look at God. But good point. I ain't really look at it myself, but that's a damn good point. Um, Coach 67 Sports TV, my ace. Um, there will be no show without you. Of course, I could do it with JB, but me and you got true connection from since day one. So I appreciate you, brother. Let everybody know where they can meet you and see you.
Well, before I get into that, first and foremost, we appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us since day one. We appreciate all our Ravens and LDBC brothers that dropped in and showed some love. You can catch me at Coach 67 Sports TV on all social media platforms, on X, formerly known as Twitter, uh, on Instagram, on TikTok. However, you could primarily find me here on YouTube. I have a primary channel which has about 234 subscribers. I have a backup channel also. Um, Yesterday was episode 29 of Bayou Sports Talk. Uh, Ordinarily is at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. However, like one of my former players, who he was starting quarterback on the team I coached last year, because I didn't have enough players to have a team last year, and they didn't have a coach, so I went over and coached like a school that's right around the corner. And recently, in fact, New Year's Day, he was killed in a drive-by shooting. So I had to go to his funeral yesterday. So
Oh no, man.
yeah, so that's why I had to push the show back. My cousin Raymond, he was under the weather. So myself and my sister, we did it yesterday. So if y'all have not done so already, check out episode 29 of Bayou Sports Talk. In addition to that, if you have not done so, for all my HBCU and Southern University fans, I did a top 5 Southern University quarterbacks. That's a new series I started. Pretty soon I'm coming out with the second edition of that particular series. It's done in brand new, shiny, sparkling 4K. So if y'all have not done so, go over to my channel and check it out. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate being on the panel. Much love to y'all, brothers. Appreciate everybody that's been supporting us. Y'all have a blessed and phenomenal evening. And y'all have a blessed and phenomenal work week. We'll catch y'all next weekend on the rebound.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my heart goes out to your coaches, man, who really be in these kids' life, because stuff like that happen. Like you deal with these kids, man. You with school, or um, after school activities, and then you hear them grow up, and then they thing you hear bad news like this. So my heart goes out to you coaches that really got love for these kids, man, because from time to time you hear news like this and it hurts like hell.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it was a sad situation. He was only a freshman in high school. He was 15. In fact, he made his birthday like it was like a week ago to the day, and he
Oh
died
man.
on New Year's Day. And like unlike a lot of players that I've coached, a lot of students that's in my class is like, both his parents and his step parents were like actively involved. But evidently, I don't know for certain. I don't know if he had like a older cousin, like older brother, step brother that was like involved in some gang activity. So he got caught up in that. Just happened to be, an innocent victim. It is a lot that went on behind the scenes yesterday. It's a sad situation, and it's crazy how I remember went to the LDBC meet and greet, and when I first went to Southern in '98, because I've been going to Southern games for over 40 years. If you'd have told me in '98 that I would go to a meet and greet and Meredith Campbell and Jay Good and a few of the LDBC brothers that like went to Southern and other SWAC schools, they live in Dallas, and they like, hey coach, you need to be careful in Baton Rouge. And I'm thinking to myself, Baton Rouge is such a small city, but at this point, like it's so bad, so it just kind of, I thought about that yesterday in the funeral. He got, killed in a drive-by. But it's crazy how, 3 people that live in Dallas that played at SWAC schools, telling me how much more dangerous Baton Rouge is than Dallas.
Yeah.
It just kind of brought things into perspective yesterday,
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of
and based on what Brent Fox kind of told us behind the scenes last week,
mm,
it kind of brought everything full circle, and it show you how precious life is, and how
yes.
we shouldn't take anything for granted.
Yes, and reach out to somebody if you can. Like I tried to reach out to somebody literally last night. Um that had you know, um were cool with. You know what I mean? And I did all I could. So just try to reach out. You know what I mean? So that was very deep what you said, Brent, and thank you for sharing that, Coach. A lot of people
Yeah.
need to hear that.
Thoughts and prayers to that young man's family and any friends or anybody whose lives he touched in a positive way. So
Yeah, definitely prayers up. Definitely, thank you, Brent. Definitely.
Prayers up.
And lastly, JB, I appreciate you, man. Anything you want to say before we leave?
Nothing, man. Just a bless to have another day, another show with all you brothers, man. We got good chemistry. Um, uh, hey, let's start out this year strong. Let's accomplish the things we need to accomplish. And like Coach said, yeah, man, prayers up to anybody we lose. Um, as family or friend or acquaintance, man, and um, let's just keep pushing at our goals, man. That's something that you and the truth talk about, something that Will talk about on his last show last week. So, but hey, man, you got me anytime. I'm always here.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all you guys. But um, that is another installment of the Southern Baller Show. Great show. Y'all have a blessed night. Y'all be safe out here.
Peace and blessings, everyone.
Peace.